Hello! You saw the title of this video. You saw the title. You saw the thumbnail. I'm not going to worry about doing an intro because you know what it is. I'm just going to play with this box of stuff because I'm very, very excited. We are doing a full face off. I mean, I went on the website and I pretty much got every single thing I could possibly think of to do a full face of makeup. Hopefully I didn't miss anything out. So the first thing we're going to use is the e.l.f. Moisture Lock Primer. Right, so this primer, based on the website, it says this moisturizer and primer in one helps lock in hydration for a smooth moisturized canvas that's perfectly prepped for makeup. Infused with jojoba oil and shea butter, this moisturizer primer hybrid melts into the skin for a hydrated complexion and long-lasting makeup. Okay, we'll see how it works. Oh, that smells really nice. That actually kind of smells, that reminds me of Olay. Like the Olay moisturizers, like day creams and stuff. I mean, it's not a bad smell at all. So far it doesn't feel too bad. I mean, it's not the most hydrating primer as it claims to be. It doesn't feel bad. It does feel smoother on my skin. We're gonna do eyebrows. I got the Ultra Precise Brow Pencil in the shade Black, I think I got mine. I got in the shade Deep Brown. So this little pencil looks like that. It has, look, all primer hands. That took a while, right? So it has a spoolie on one end and then the pencil on the other end, that pencil. So I'm just gonna fill my brows in and see how we get on with this. Those eyebrows weren't too bad to do. I like the fact that it has a spoolie on the end of it because it means like it's easy enough to just brush it through. And it looks like a mess, but I'm going to clean it up. I'm going to use the HD Lifting Concealer. I'm going to use this as well for my face. I got mine in the shade Light, and it says on the back of the box,
this high definition concealer helps hide imperfection and minimize fine lines. Formula infused with vitamin C, nice. Green tea, nice. And mulberry, don't know. For skin firming and soothing benefits to provide skin with an even toned and textured look.
Right, so I'm gonna do my foundation and I'm using the Flawless Finish foundation. I got mine in the shade Latte. It says on the website that it's an oil-free formula that helps to hold on. It's an oil-free formula and the liquid formula helps restore skin uneven or the liquid formula restores uneven skin textures and tones for visibly brighter skin. Perfect for all skin types. Don't really agree with perfect for all skin types because all skin is not created equal. So we'll see how that goes. I'm shaking it up just in case it separated a little bit. Let's hope that I've gone okay with the shade because me matching my skin shade online doesn't always end well. So we'll see how that works. So I think that shade is pretty okay for me. It might be like half a shade darker, but that's fine because concealer will brighten it up anyway. I will say it is quite a medium light coverage. I did build it up a little bit, just like around my chin and a little bit just because it wasn't really, I need a little bit more coverage in those specific areas. But it wasn't too hard to blend out either. Do my concealer with the same one that I use for my eyebrows. I will say e.l.f. is a drugstore brand, as in on the cheaper end. So, I did have to dip into this a few times to get all of this. But they didn't have a contour shade in my shade, so that's why I'm not contouring today with a cream instead. So we're just gonna use a palette for that instead. That blended out really easily, but it is already creasing a lot. So I'm gonna set that down really, really quickly with the Halo Glow setting powder. I got mine in the shade Medium. There's a little sticker in it that you need to pull off, but I need to set that down real quick. Oh gee, there's a lot that came out just then. Yeah, so that concealer creased real quick. I did just brush off the big and just kind of set the rest of my face with it. I don't particularly like that concealer for under my eyes. To clean up your eyebrows, yeah, to just do the bridge of your nose is fine, but as an under eye concealer, I'm not the biggest fan of it. The powder isn't too bad. I mean, it matches the foundation shade really well. But yeah, I'm not too I mean, I was really excited for this. I still am. I'm just not as wild as I hoped to be. I had really high expectations for this. But it's fine. I'm just gonna keep going. It's fine. Alright, next I'm gonna bronze up and contour up a little bit with the contour palette. I got mine in the deep dark shade. Their packaging, what I will give them though, else packaging that I do really like. I'll give that to them. I do really like it. Oh, those are pretty. Right, so that's what the contour palette looks like, and their mirror is like insane. I'm really happy with that. So I think what I'm gonna do, right, I'm gonna be Danger Mouse a little bit here. What I'm gonna do is I'm gonna take a really thin brush. It literally looks like a paintbrush, and go into that deep one there and just really chisel out where I want my jawline, well, to chisel out my contour on my cheekbone and my jawline. Right, so my skin has some definition. That's, oh god. I mean, that shade was probably a little bit too dark to use as a contour, but that's fine. We're just gonna go with that. So I'm just gonna, to bronze up, I'm gonna take that one at the top there because I feel like I don't need that much for that one. I'm gonna take that one at the top and then just bronze up now. Alright, I feel like that's a lot better. I'm happy with that. I think I just went overboard on the side with the amount that I put on, because my right side is actually really nice and I didn't have any trouble blending it out. I just went a little bit ham, but that's fine. It's cool. Yeah, the bronzer definitely made a difference. So we're gonna blush up now. Blush up? I don't even know what that, but I just meant by that. Alright, we're gonna use the blush palette. I got mine in mine is the dark one because they do have like a few different ones depending on your skin tone. I feel like I am going to mix that one and that one a little bit today. I feel that's what I'm gonna do. I used this on a previous video because I kind of needed a blush and I didn't have one, and these had the shades that I wanted. So yeah, I'm just gonna, okay, yeah, I really like that combination of blush. I tend to go a little bit too ham with my blush sometimes. I don't know why. I just think sometimes like it could fix so many things. Yeah, I really like that. That's a pretty shade. Oh, you're not mixing the two together, rather. Are two really pretty shades. Again, a highlight. I've never used this one. Right, the only things from this entire lot that I'm using that I used before was the blush palette and the mascara that I'll use in a minute. Everything else I've never used, so we're gonna see how that works. So this is the highlight palette. Yeah, that's all the boxes that I'm just tipping out as I'm doing it. I feel like I'm gonna go into that one on there because it's a really pretty like champagne gold color. Okay, so I actually went into that one at the top as well a little bit, and dang, that's bright. Oh my lordy. Oh lordy. I'm just gonna, let's just hold up. Oh wow, that's pretty. Oh wow. Alright, so that is the complexion done. I quite like it, to be honest. What I do think though is that they are really powdery, so I do need to set it down, and I'm going to, because it's just, they're really powdery. I mean, I'm not like the blush and I like those shades and those palettes. I really like those shades. On my skin right now, like, you know, it's a little bit patchy, but that just might be because I've got like my skin texture is just doing a thing. Like on the screen it looks perfectly fine. I think my face is just having a moment. But other than that, I actually do really like it. So I'm just gonna set this down. And a little trick I learned is once you've sprayed your face with your setting powder, either take a fan or something else and just fan your face. And that just kind of like, it kind of makes it stick and set. Alright, so see, once you set it down, then it starts to become more like skin. So I also got an eyeshadow palette. I've said it before and I'll say it again. I really like e.l.f.'s packaging. Like, that's like, look how cute that is. Right, and these shades very much excite me. This is the Hot Chocolate Eyes palette. So it'll, oh wow. Can we just take a minute? Oh, that's really, oh my. Right, I have no clue what I'm gonna do, but like, part of me is like, just be safe and do what you know, and just, you know, use the brown, put a shimmer in the middle. Happy days. But I want to play with that shade and that shade and that shade. So I'm just gonna do one on each eye. It's fine. I'm just gonna play around, listen to some Maluma, do my thing, and then we'll come back and we'll have a little chat about what I think of this palette. But I'm just really, I just want to go play. Right, so this is kind of what I ended up with. I started basically going for my normal brown on that eye, and then ended up doing like the fastest, most simplest cut crease on this eye, which I probably should have done for using that red. I just wanted to play with the purple and the yellow on this side. The only thing is, like, with the browns, they're really pigmented. I will give them that. They're really pigmented. And that inner corner highlight one, the shimmers are really nice. Just, they were the tiniest bit patchy, so just blending it out, I had to be a little bit more careful with it, but that's fine. I just want to play both colors, so now I have two different eyes. As for mascara, I'm using their volumizing and defining mascara. I've talked about this on a previous video already, so if you want to know what I think about it, go have a look at that video. So for lips, I've got one of their lip lacquers and one of their lipsticks. The lipstick is in the shade Nectar, which is a really pretty nude shade. I'll swatch it in a minute. And the lip lacquer is in the shade Wild Rose. So that is what the lip lacquer looks like when it's swatched. And this, oh wow, is what the lipstick looks like. That felt really nice. Right, I'm gonna go put these two on. Right, so that's me done. I did just put the lip lacquer on because I think, yeah, no, I prefer how that looks with this whole thing. I wasn't as wowed by all of this as I wanted to be. The foundation isn't sinking into my lines on the side of my mouth. Concealer, I wouldn't use as an under eye concealer. I think I said that twice already in this video. Only because I think I had to use more product than I wanted to use. But, you know, to clean up your eyebrows, just to highlight down the bridge of your nose, looks perfectly fine. These three beauties, the blush, the highlight, and the contour, I absolutely loved. I think the shades are really good. I messed up with the contour in that I went ham on this side with the contour shade when I didn't need to. So that the contour one is really pigmented. So I would be very careful with that, especially if you're doing it the way I did it. They are a little bit powdery, but you know, it's not the biggest deal in the world. It is e.l.f. They have gotten a lot better. And you know, it's for the price you're paying for them, it's worth it. I think it is anyway. The eyeshadow, yes, I have two very different eyes right now. The eyeshadows as well, especially the browns, were so pigmented, and that purples are hard to make. Yeah, purple pigments are so hard to make, and a matte purple at that is really hard to make. And that purple eyeshadow is not half bad. It really isn't. The browns, I think I've got brown on like every single thing, and I've had to clean so many things that had brown on it because the browns are really pigmented as well. The shimmers, I think, will work a lot better with your finger. I used a brush, but I think they'll work a lot better with your finger. Just when you transfer it, you lose some of the shimmery pigment in it. But I like the eyeshadows a lot, and that lipstick went on like a dream. It felt like butter on your skin. It really did, and that's such a pretty shade. Mascara, I like. It's just I wish it gave me more volume, not volume, more fullness to my lashes. But you know, all in all, it's not the worst collection ever, but I have used better. What I will say is that if you wanted you know, some very beginner easy makeup to use, e.l.f. is really good. I mean, I got what, 10 or 12 things? Hold on, let me check that. I got 10 things and that cost me 50 something pounds, and that's for a full face of makeup, right? So when you check it, if you're just starting out and you don't want to go spend money on, you know, a load of stuff and you just want to play and get used to makeup, I would use e.l.f. I mean, because it's still good quality, but you're not going to be spending your money on, you know, ridiculously expensive things that you're just going to burn through. If you burn through this, it's fine. Like, you know, that's okay. It doesn't cost that much. It is really easy. It's really easy to use. And, you know, they're really easy formulas to play with, so you will get used to blending. You'll get used to how a pigment should go on. You'll get used to how a shimmer should look and how to, you know, apply it in different ways, and, you know, what colors to mix and things. Like, you know, I mix purple and yellow. I love purple and yellow mixed together. You know, you could learn and you can play around with things. So I think if you want to invest in some makeup just to play with, if you're just starting out, by all means go ahead. I think e.l.f. will work for you. I think it'll work really well. And, you know, with these little palettes as well, you got a full HD mirror in it. Like, yeah, like that's a properly HD mirror. Now have a little play. That's just what I think. It was my best makeup day, not gonna lie to you, only because I wanted some things to work better, but that's just because my skin is having a moment and she's doing nothing. So that's on me, that's not on the makeup. But you know, I'm so happy with how this turned out. I didn't plan on doing 2 different eyeshadows today, but you know what, here we are. But yeah, that's just what I think. I mean, I probably give my mum that powder to use, because that's my least favorite thing, this whole set that I bought. I'll probably give my mum that powder to use, and probably even the concealer, to be quite honest with you. If she wants, I'll just give it to her for her to use. But yeah, no, I hope you enjoyed it. If you do, remember to like, subscribe, and share this to everybody that you know, please. And I will see you on the next one, angels. Bye.